Good morning. This is Bobby Dupre with the Bobby Dupre Show, presented to you each Thursday morning at 7 a.m. And the replay takes place on Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. In its entirety. And of course, many of you are choosing your computer or possibly your iPhone, iPad, internet, in other words, whatever you get the Bobby Dupre Show on. We hope you're using it and pass the word on to your friends. And we try to bring only good news. There's a lot of bad news that you can find on television, radio, newspaper, whatever you want. But you won't find any bad news. We don't get into the criticism of places and people and facts. We stay out of all that, right, Andrew?
That's right.
And we have a guest today, Chad DiMaggio. And Chad, tell me what's your purpose here today? What do you want to introduce to all our friends out there?
Well, here we have a new venue in Sunset. It's not actually a new venue. It's been there for quite a few years now. It's the old Sunset Rec Club, which was the cockfighting venue. Jerry and Karen DiMaggio, my parents, purchased it about 4 years ago, and we've piddled with it a while, but now we're finally trying to get things going there, doing some events. We've done some music, a couple of music events, Louisiana Country Music Unplugged, and we've got Doug Stone coming Sunday night, this Sunday night.
Well, tell me about Doug Stone. You heard of Doug Stone?
Sure.
What type of music is that?
Country music. Back from time when I was probably college, so 20 plus years ago, songwriter and musician. So he's going to be there Sunday night. It's a big draw, hoping to have a big crowd there. And we've got a few other things planned, a little theater group doing a play the following Friday, and another Louisiana Country Music Unplugged with some of our local artists September 7th. And then looking for some other things to do there.
What about October 20th?
Oh, I forgot about that. We're going to have a big boxing meeting there.
That's correct. We're going to have our first annual awards. We are going to induct members into the Boxing Hall of Fame for Louisiana, High School Boxing Hall of Fame. And that event will take place at your facility, and we want our friends to remember, and you don't have to be a former high school boxer to attend. If you liked it and you attended it, or you have a friend or you have a relative, you just want to attend because you kind of like Bobby Dupre, you like to attend everything. And I want to say that the whole atmosphere of the place has changed. And I never realized, with those stadium seats in the facility for the Rooster fight, so they kept, those people would go there and stay there 3 days in a row.
Oh, they would spend all day and into the night there, and that's how it was set up for the Rooster fights.
For the Rooster. Those,
Yes,
I went one time.
Not just those people, some of these people too went.
That's right.
Yeah, just
right.
individuals. I went one time, I think. And it was very interesting to watch them, how they bet with each other, just eye contact, and they put a finger, they put 5 fingers, it was maybe $500, or, you know, they had all kind of signals.
They'd make sure they knew, you know, you and I are betting together.
Your hands in your pocket to bet.
That's right.
Kind of like when you go to an auction.
Exactly.
I kid them, I strap my hands down because I have a habit of buying when I attend an auction. So when they see me come in, they know they got a sucker. But anyhow, it's usually for benefits. And we appreciate the fact that you all are allowing us to book this far in advance. And
the name of the facility is going to be called?
It's called La Place de Chanticleer.
Which is
we'll call
the
it
Rooster.
La Place for short, but correct.
Very good.
Chanticleer.
That's the Rooster from the Canterbury Tales.
That's exactly right.
And your mother was a school teacher for years and years, and a school principal, so she's taught the Canterbury Tales, I'm sure, as a teacher.
That's exactly where it came from.
Yeah.
And I think it was actually a cartoon when I was young.
That's right.
Did we say who your parents were?
I did mention Jerry and Karen DiMaggio from Sunset.
And your dad, of course, has operated Lumber Depot.
DiMaggio's Lumber Depot since 1980.
Yeah, it's been a long
Purchased
time.
Purchased it in 80, so he's had it for, was that 33 years?
Yeah.
Correct,
yeah.
33 years.
And I understand that you spend some time there helping him.
I help him there. I'm also a licensed contractor. Been building homes for 10 years now.
Yeah.
So a little bit of everything, and now helping them to run and manage the venue, and seeing if we can get some things going there and show people what a nice and unique place we have.
A lot of off the highway parking also. Very
Correct.
important.
Easy
Correct.
to get in, easy to get out.
Easy to get in, easy to get out.
And you're close by the interstate.
There's
no
going to
matter-
be 2 security guards, and I understand that's one of your requirements
Yeah,
for
I mean,
all
we
the
have
events.
Yeah, we've had the 2 events we had so far. We had actually 6 Sunset police officers and reserve officers there. So plenty of security. We've got a lot of room. It's 10,000 square feet, air conditioned under roof. Yeah. Seats. The main arena is 600 theater seats in the round, plus a dining area and an area in the back that we're trying to finish up with a bar and a stage for different events.
What about a big screen? Are they going to have like our people that are going, and some of them are in wheelchairs, we getting old, or walking canes and all. Do you have any type of way to keep them on the ground level and still participate by watching it?
We don't yet, but we are. That's definitely some of the things. We've got a lot of things in the making, there. Doing some TV screens throughout the venue for people like that. Also probably making a few modifications to the arena area to allow for easier handicap accessibility. You know, just the age of it was never required, and they never needed it. But that's one of the things we're going to work on. So, you know, like I said, there's a lot of things yet to be done, but, you know, good things come to those who wait.
Right, and I'm pleasantly surprised at the facility, and Robert DeRanger has been there, what, about a year or so now?
Probably about a year.
And he's booked a few events himself. And
the fights, the governor's game, boxing.
Games, which was about 6 weeks ago, and it was well attended and ran real good. It was a good tryout for the facility, because you had a lot of people in and out for 3 days, Friday, Saturday,
people that hadn't
Sunday.
been there, so you get to find out. You know, the Rooster guys have been there for years and years and years, but these guys are new people, seeing how you can accommodate people that have not been in the facility.
Well, it was
very successful.
Right, it was a private club. So most people, 95% of people in Sunset, have no idea what's sitting inside that metal building.
Right.
You know, so that's what we're trying to do right now. It's all about trying to get people in there and word of mouth, because until you go in, you can't appreciate the setting.
The theater seating is what had surprised me. When the first day I walked in, I was like, well, this is really nice. Well, you know, I was not expecting it, because back in the old days when I'd go to the Rooster fights, you know, it was a barn. It was people standing around in the dirt, chicken wire around, and that's the way you went. But this place was actually a nice facility.
No, they stepped it up quite a few notches when they built this facility, and it's.
In fact, Murray Conk was the general manager of that facility for some period of time.
Murray actually ran the kitchen.
Or the kitchen.
He ran the kitchen for years. And in fact, he's told my dad, and he's told many people, that he put his daughters through college running that kitchen.
I bet. A lot of people from all over the world
I have
come.
one more little story to tell about that facility, because a lot of our people out there are aware it took place, but as you just mentioned, that was a good point. They were never into the building, so they have no idea how nice it really is. I was pleasantly surprised last year, or 2 years ago, when the Governor's Game boxing was held, and then again this year, and I saw the improvement, because this year it was all air conditioned, which it was just partially air conditioned 2 years ago, 3 years ago, three boxing events.
Right.
And I was in Las Vegas and with Nick Fakuri, and we were there for some big professional fights on Saturday night. So we heard about one of the casinos holding a boxing match on a Friday night, and could have been Friday night fights. I'm not sure the exact what it was, but they were professional fights. So Nick and I went, and we were sitting down, and I started watching this lady, and these guys would come. They were her friends, 4 or 5 of them, and she'd grab in her purse and give them a handful of $100 bills. And I said to myself, I've got find out who this lady is. So
She got
I
a
said,
sack of
Nick,
money. I want to
Nick,
see what's
I'm
going
gonna
on.
move down. You gonna move down with me? So she was just sitting like one seat or two seats below, but a little bit to the right side. Moseyed on, introduced myself, and we got to talking and all. And I asked her where she was from, and she was from Manila, the Philippines. And
That's a rooster fighting mecca.
she says, well, you're getting a lot of information from me. I had asked if she knew Miss Imelda, and she said, oh, Imelda's a personal friend, so I dropped the 5,000 pairs of shoes that she had. I dropped that subject.
The first lady.
I said,
that
she's
was
a very nice lady. And so she says, where are you from? I said, I'm from a little town called Opelousas. She said, oh, that's right near Sunset. I pointed my finger, just like that. I said, you fight roosters. She said, how do you know? I said, it's the only way you knew right off the bat where Sunset was.
That's right.
And Opelousas, because they'd come to Toby's back in those days. They'd come have dinner at Toby's little lodge here in Opelousas. So it was known around the world.
Oh, yeah. People have no idea that literally people came from around the world to fight roosters there and to watch them fight, and have no idea the kind of money that they spent, that they brought in when they were fighting.
And when I got back, I asked Murray if he knew, and he knew on the first
really?
name. Yeah. He says she'll buy any rooster that's for sale. It's going back to the Philippines.
Right.
Roosters and eggs. They wanted to get the eggs of the from the right group. You know, they wanted to make sure that they had the right bloodlines.
Big deal. It's big time over there at Philippines.
Well, anyhow, we're glad that your family have undertaken this project, and it's kind of slow. You know, it's not meant to be used every day.
Right.
Presently,
right.
But it's got some times when it can fill the need of an event,
right.
And it can be of several things. I say these, what we're talking about the churches, what you call it, revivals.
Revivals, yeah.
Revivals. If you have a minister out there, and maybe you have a small church of 200 people or something, and you want to have a revival, and you're bringing in a big name person, preacher, well, then you need a larger facility. This would be perfect. I mean, they would look good.
Theater groups, political functions that are getting together.
Right.
If your organization likes to move around the venue from time to time, you know, some of the groups that you and I in like to move around from time to time when they have the meetings. It's a good place to better get close to your Sunset members or your Karen Crow members.
We have, I mean, and with the 9 acres, we got room to do a weekend, a festival. We're also looking at doing comedy, bringing in comedy, parties. So, like you said, the plays, concerts. There's just it's endless what we can do there. So, you know. It's baby steps. The thing is to get people in and have people seeing what we have there, and then I think I'm fairly sure exactly they're going to come to us and say, look, we'd like to use this.
Well, Chad, we're going to have to wrap this first section. Great seeing you.
Thanks so much.
I appreciate y'all for having us.
We like to help local. And this is local. And when we say local, we're talking about Acadiana now, because we're not just talking to St. Landry Parish. We're from St. Mary Parish in Morgan City all the way to Jeff Davis and Jennings on the west side. So we cover how many homes? About 250,000 homes.
Good.
Without the computers, without the iPhones.
We're going to take that 1 minute break. Thanks for being on, and we'll see you folks on the other side of 1 minute.